Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Mercedes. In today's video, I have polishes from Hella Handmade Creations to share with you all. This is for the month of June. If you're not familiar with what Hella Handmade Creations is, it's a monthly collab between indie makers. They come together and they create limited edition items. It consists of nail polish, which I'm sure all of you are familiar with, but there's also lots of other goodies in there as well. So homemade items, sometimes there's like wallets and stuff. You can get nail files, cuticle oils, soaps, all that stuff. Hand lotions. Now, similar to polish pickup, there is a theme, but instead of one common theme, the makers come up with their own themes, and it goes like that for about I think 4 to 5 months. So ideally, say you really loved a certain brand and you wanted to get all of the polishes that specific brand was creating based on their theme, then at the end of it, you can have like a mini collection. Now, some of these items are capped, meaning that there's only a certain amount that are created, and once they sell out, usually that is it. You can't get your hands on them anymore. Hella Handmade Creations does, I don't know if it's called overpour. There's like a specific section in the beginning of the website, on the the first portion of the website, where you have a chance to pick up polishes that were already offered previous months. I'm assuming that's probably because, if there was a cap on an item, it didn't sell out, so now they're offering it again. But there's always a new edition every month. This is a pre-order, so the shop always opens the 14th of every month and it closes the 21st. And then once the shop closes, you get your polishes in 3 to 4 weeks after that closing date. I think Hella Handmade Creations, as well as Polish Pickup, and a lot of these other boxes or collaborations are such a great way to get yourself introduced to new indie brands, especially if you're new to the nail community and you want to try out different brands. I definitely did this when I first got into a nail polish, but not nail polish, but specifically indie polish. It was just a great way to see what other brands are out there, get used to the different formulas, the different sort of polishes that are created. And that is how I got so familiar and got to know a lot of the indie makers out there. June is also Pride Month, so some of the makers have created a second polish in addition to their regular themed polish as an offering for Hella Handmade Creations this month. I have a lot of polish to share, so let's get into the swatches. First up, we have Victorian Varnish, and Victorian Varnish actually has a few offerings for HHC this month. We're starting off with Actinic Rays. This is a solar polish priced at $14. It has a cap of 200 bottles, and they are continuing their Apothecary Peculiarities series. This one is a milky base, which is what you see regularly right now, and then when you go outside in the UV light, it transforms to a fuchsia. It has large particle aurora shimmer ranging from green, gold, teal, and purple. Let me tell you, this solar polish is very sensitive, but before we get there, let's talk about the formula. I built this one up in 3 coats. I think long or short nails, 3 coats is going to work fine for you. This is a lighter shade, so I anticipated that I was going to need a little bit more polish. Now, excuse my cut on my finger. I'm going to switch fingers. I may forget here and there when I'm swatching, or when I did swatch. I was opening a can of cat food and sliced my finger out of all the fingers, and it had to be that finger, my swatch finger, and it had to be that hand, of course. This is a gorgeous shade of white. If you love white polish, if you love shimmery white polish, you're gonna love this one. You can definitely see that beautiful large particle shimmer. Now, it's not ridiculously shifty like you would usually see with Victorian Varnish polishes, but you can definitely see the beautiful gold. You can see some of the purple, right, at extreme angles. You can see some green as well. It just does a great job of blending in with that milky base, and I think it gives it a lot of depth and dimension as well. I am in love with this polish, especially for the solar transition. Now, I barely had to put this, like as soon as I put my fingers in the sunlight, and this is like inside of my home, it was like transition to this beautiful bright fuchsia shade. Now the large particle gold shimmer is way more prominent when it does shift to that fuchsia shade, but I was so impressed. I mean, I've only tried a handful of solar polishes, and this one is the first one that transitioned immediately. So I wanted to actually wear this as a manicure the day after I swatched it. I didn't have time to paint my nails, so I am putting this one aside and reserving it for my summer polish rack, and I cannot wait to get it back on my nails just for the solar component on its own. It's just beautiful. Pictured are 3 coats of Victorian Varnish actinic rays with a glossy top coat. Here is the next offering for Victorian Varnish. This one is priced at $13 and capped at 150 bottles. It's called Feline the Pride. So this is one of their encore polishes this month in celebration of Pride Month. $2 of every bottle is going to be sold to Magic City Acceptance Center located in Birmingham, Alabama. This one is a beautiful shimmery base with pink gold shifting shimmer and micro rainbow flakies that dance all throughout the rainbow. This is a very versatile polish. You can wear it on its own, like you see here, built up in 3 coats, or you can wear it over a cream as a topper. Now, I didn't show you it over a topper because I just wanted to show you it on its own. I think it looks fantastic on its own. Long or short nails, I think 2 to 3 coats if you decide to wear it as a solo polish. And then, of course, if you decide to use it as a topper, just 1 thin coat over a cream polish. I love how this is so fairy-like, and honestly, Victorian Varnish, they do an amazing job with their descriptions, and like when something is stated as it's literally every color in the rainbow, or it's prismatic, or it has, you know, this color, and that color in the shimmer polish, it truly does. Like what you read in the description is what you're going to get in the bottle, is what you're going to get on your nails. I love how you can see all, you know, so many different colors. You can see the pink, you can see the gold. I see a little bit of green, and even honestly some blue, like teal blue and navy a little bit, and purple. It is such a pretty spring summer polish. This would be fantastic as a pedicure color as well, and I bet you this is going to look amazing if you use it as a topper as well. Pictured are 3 coats of Victorian Varnish, Feline the Pride with the glossy top coat. And the third offering for Victorian Varnish this month, this is their Pride polish, and this is called Pride Pizzazz, priced at $13, and there's a cap of 150 bottles. So $3 of every bottle sold is going to go to the same organization, the Magic City Acceptance Center in Birmingham, Alabama. This one is described as a neon papaya shimmery base with pink, purple, blue, bronze, gold shifting shimmer, and a host of glow flakies that are all throughout the rainbow. I built this one up in 3 coats. I think long or short nails, 2 to 3 coats is going to work best for you. I think after that 3rd coat, it really built it up to that beautiful papaya base, and it really is a bright color. I think this is beautiful for the summertime. If you are afraid of neons or just a little intimidated by them, even though this one is described as a neon papaya, it's still not, like, I don't think it's as equivalent as to your typical like neon shades, like your neon highlighter colors, but it is bright, but still more on the neutral end, if that makes sense. So there's like a balance right there. So I think this will be beautiful if you want to like slowly introduce yourself to neon polishes, or if you're a big fan of orange colors or orange polishes. I love how the flakies are swimming through the polish. They're not overbearing, and it gives way to that beautiful shimmery base. Pictured are 3 coats of Victorian Varnish, Pride Pizzazz with a glossy top coat. Next up is BCB Lacquers, and this is called Fear of the Unknown, priced at $13.50, and there's a cap of 300 bottles, and they are wrapping up their series, their Mythological Creatures series, with this polish. This one has a deep teal base with a green, blue, gold multi-chrome magnetic pull and blue-green turquoise shifting shimmer and hollow flakies. Oof, this one's a gorgeous one. I love the depth of the polish. The magnetic pull, of course, is there. I had no difficulty getting a sharp, well, not a sharp line, I should say, with getting a line. I'm not the biggest fan of sharp magnetic lines. I like a more like diffuse, more like velvety sort of type of magnetic looks on the nails. But with this one, if you truly wanted a sharper line, you're going to be able to achieve it with leaving the magnet on for a little bit longer. Now, I built this one up in 2 coats. I think long or short nails, 2 coats is going to be fine for you. I love how the magnetic pull, that middle strip, is more of like a green, a limey green sort of shade, and the rest of the nail is a little bit darker. The hollow flakies that are around the nail or all along the nail, it just makes it look like not a galaxy, because obviously a galaxy wouldn't be green, but maybe a supernatural galaxy or something like that. It's very pretty. I don't know, every time I think I see certain magnetic polishes, anything I think with blue always gives me like earthy, like space vibes. This one is very pretty. I think this would be awesome for the summertime, and honestly even for the fall. Now, if you're not big on magnetics, I think this looks gorgeous, even non-magnetized. I don't have any of those swatches to share with you all, but if you look on the Hella Handmade Creations website, I think there may be a couple photos, maybe 1 or 2, that show non-magnetized, like a non-magnetized version. And all you see is that beautiful, beautiful green, like limey, deeper greeny sort of base with the hollow flakies and the shimmer running through, and it's beautiful. Pictured are 2 coats of BCB Lacquers Fear of the Unknown with a glossy top coat. BCB Lacquers is also bringing us another polish in honor of Pride Month. This one is called Hope Will Never Be Silent, and proceeds or portion of the sales is going to go to the Trevor Project. Now, this one is priced at $13.50, and there's a cap of 200 bottles. This one is a neon coral crelly. I was going to say crelly with purple, blue-green multi-chrome flakes and green gold micro flakies. Now, this polish is blacklight reactive, but not glow in the dark, so just keep that in mind. But it does glow beautifully though, even with the UV light. I built this one up in 2 coats. I think long or short nails, 2 coats is going to work beautiful on you. Honestly, for this one being described acrylic, the formula was really fantastic. I think it still gives you that beautiful, juicy, plump effect and giving you an amazing like opacity. The flakies are the star of this show. I love all of the different colors in here. There's purple, there's green, there's yellow, there's everything. And the neon base is just perfection. This is a perfect polish for the summertime. So much fun. So fun. Pictured are 2 coats of BCB Lacquers Hope Will Never Be Silent with a glossy top coat. BCB Lacquers is also bringing us a cuticle oil. This one is extraterrestrial seas, priced at $9.50, and there's 100 of these available. The oil comes in a 9 ml container with a doe foot applicator. You have wonderful scents in here. There's bergamot, you have neroli, jasmine, persimmon, patchouli, and tangerine, and lots of amazing ingredients: jojoba oil, coconut oil, sunflower oil, avocado, almond, tea tree, and it's a skin safe fragrance as well. I absolutely love all of BCB Lacquers nail oil scents. They just do such an amazing job. They're always very vibrant with their scents. They last a long time, and actually some of the oils with the roller balls I can apply like on the back of my neck and use as a base for perfume. That's how strong they are, so just keep that in mind. This one I feel like is not as intense as most BCB Lacquers cuticle oils. This one smells so pretty, and just it reminds me of like a bouquet of flowers with a like candy sweet sort of scent. I know that probably doesn't make sense to you, but it does smell divine. I smelled it and I was like, oh my gosh, this smells so good. And I smelled it being stuffy, and I could still smell it. So I mean, it's not like one of those headache sort of scents. It really is a pretty scent. Here we have Cuticula. This one is Glittering Dunes, priced at $13.50, and there is no cap. They are continuing their Disney Dreamlight Valley series. Glittering Dunes has a beige base with orange, yellow, gold shifting pigment and silver holographic flakes. Such a delicate color, but definitely makes a statement. Formula was just amazing. Can we see that opacity right there? This is just 2 coats for such a light polish that is pretty impressive to me anyways. I love this on my skin tone. I honestly thought that I was not going to. I thought it was going to be more of a like blend in sort of shade, but I think all of the components in here giving it some dimension. The hollow flakies in here as well is definitely contrasting against my skin tone and just making it so pretty. It also gives me sort of like antique-y sort of vibes, like an antique polish or like a antique collectible. I think it's because of the definitely the beige base, but I think because it has orange and yellow shifting pigment in there, it's coming off more of like a coppery sort of shade, which is obviously giving it that dimension and just giving it a more like deeper sort of shade. Pictured are 2 coats of Cuticula glittering dunes with a glossy top coat. Next up we have Garden Path Lacquers, and this is $19.97 Pet of the Year, priced at $13.50, and there is a no cap. So Garden Path Lacquers is continuing their retro toy series, and 10% of all June collab sales is going to be donated to the Marsha P. Institute. And this institution defends and protects the human rights of all Black transgender people. I'll make sure to leave all of the information and the website and links down below. But this one is described as a cobalt blue jelly base accented with royal blue holographic micro glitter and red, orange, pink shifting aurora shimmer. And oh my goodness, is this polish stunning. I think like I'm trying so hard just to stay neutral here, honestly, with like all my videos, but it's hard when you see a very pretty polish, right? Or when you are swatching so many gorgeous polishes. I built this one up in 2 coats. I think long or short nails 2 coats is going to work fine for you. I know this is described as a jelly base, which is just so crazy to me because it does not apply like a jelly whatsoever, in my opinion anyways. The glow factor is just out of this world. I don't know, Garden Path Lacquers, like the last collection, their last few polishes for HHC, Polish Pickup, for me anyways, I think they've been doing a fantastic job. I honestly love when a brand can take like a simple base and add so many different components and create something like this. It just shows all of the hard work that's put into a polish to make it just glow and stand out. Like the pink and the red and the orange, you can see all of that in there. It is just so pretty. And micro glitter, it's like a love-hate relationship with me. It needs to just be the right sort of formula for me to like a micro glitter or like a polish that is heavy like micro glitter. And like Garden Path Lacquers, the last few micro glitter polishes have been doing it for me. I think if you haven't tried this brand yet, definitely give them a shot. Maybe this is like your sign to do so. You're gonna love them. Pictured are 2 coats of Garden Path Lacquers, $19.97 Pet of the Year with a glossy top coat. Here we have Nailed It, and this is Surf. This one is priced at $13 and there's a 300 bottle cap, and they are continuing their Pokemon series with this polish. This one is a pale blue leaning periwinkle base with red gold crystal flakies. Now I built this one up in 2 coats. I think look, I like switched fingers because I'm so used to using like this specific finger. But anyways, I think long or short nails, 2 to 3 coats is going to work best for you. It's just going to depend on honestly like what you want out of the polish. If you want a more sheer sort of look or if you want a more opaque look. I thought for me on my short nails 2 coats was perfection. You can see the beautiful jelly pale blue base, but the crystal flakies are definitely the standout for sure. Now if you applied a 3rd coat, or if I applied a 3rd coat, that base would have just built up even more, but I feel like this was more on the thicker end, and I like to work with thicker coats, so I thought by me adding that 3rd coat it was just gonna make it too thick, and honestly the 2 were just perfect for me anyways. But I'm in love with the flakies more than I'm in love with the pale blue base. I'm not the biggest fan of baby blue polishes, but I do appreciate components in a polish. Usually if it's a mixture of things that I like, then I tend to enjoy the polish even more. And in this case, those flakies are just dazzling. Pictured are 2 coats of Nailed It Surf with a glossy top coat. Next up, we have Owl Lacquer, and this is a knitter, not a quitter. It's priced at $12, and there is no cap, and they are continuing their Bob's Burgers series. This one is described as a mint crelly with multi-chrome flakes that shift fuchsia, orange, green, and gold. Now, I built this one up in 2 coats, and I thought it was perfect on me. I think long or short nails, 2 to 3 coats is going to work best for you. This is definitely a crelly polish, so if you have longer nails, I think you probably would benefit from that 3rd coat if you want to hide any visible nail line. But oh my goodness, can we look at those flakies in here? Wow, just wow. And I don't know, now that I'm reading the description, I mean, I guess I can see mint, but I see more of a jade stone, like a faded jade stone sort of color. And the flakies are just absolutely beautiful. Those fuchsia flakies and the orange, everything is just stunning. I feel like they look like fallen leaves in the fall/autumn time, but more of a twist, like a summer twist, because they're not technically like that burnt orange and yellow. They're more of like a brighter sort of shade. But it's a stunning polish. It's beautiful. Pictured are 2 coats of Owl Lacquer. I'm a knitter, not a quitter, with a glossy top coat. Next up is polish, and this one is Sailor Venus, priced at $14, and there is no cap, and they are continuing their Sailor Moon series. This one is described as a glowing tangerine packed with bright red, gold, green shifting shimmer. I ended up building this one up in 3 coats just to give it more just to give the base more, or actually just build up the base so you can really see that tangerine color, right? I love how you can see the beautiful shimmer in here. On the 3rd coat, it really does pop. That shimmer does pop, and especially that red, that like bright red shimmer. You can definitely see it in here, and I think it's what gives it this beautiful glow at certain angles. Like you can see it just right here. Like it is just so bright and so glowy. Polish does a fantastic job with glowy polishes. They've always have. Now the green shimmer that is mentioned, I think you can really only see it at extreme angles. Like when I dip my hands to my fingers, you can see it at the tips. It just gives it that like mysterious look. But definitely a beautiful glowy polish for the summertime. Pictured are 3 coats of polish, Sailor Venus, with a glossy top coat. Polish is also bringing us Born to Be Wild. This is their Pride polish, and $2 of every bottle is going to be donated. Of this bottle is going to be donated to the Outfront, Minnesota. I'll leave all the information down below so you guys can get familiar with the website and the institution, the organization. But this one is described as a neon bubblegum pink with hollow flakes and green aqua blue shifting shimmer. And holy shimmer, like wow. When I applied that 1st coat, I was like, what is in this? Because that is just all shimmer. Like, where's the base? No, I'm just kidding. The base is, you can definitely see the base. You can see that bubblegum pink. It is very bright, very fun, but honestly the shimmer is just 100%, well 99% the star of this show with this polish. I see a lot of that aqua. I can see the green at certain angles, and I can see the blue, but mostly I'm looking at the aqua. That is the standout shimmer in this polish. Very, very fun. Pictured are 2 coats. And I didn't even mention, I think long or short nails, 2 to 3 coats, just gonna depend on your application. Pictured are 2 coats of polish, Born to Be Wild, with a glossy top coat. Next up, we have Rogue Lacquer, and this one is Pixie Dust, priced at $13, and there is no cap, and they are continuing their Peter Pan series with this polish. This one is described as a magical micro gold hollow glitter bomb with sprinkling hollow magnetic sparkle. I built this one up in 2 coats, and it was just perfection. I think long or short nails, 2 coats is going to work best for you. I honestly thought I was going to need a 3rd coat when I saw this in the bottle, because I'm like, oh, this is definitely like a glitter bomb. And usually you have to work with thinner coats, which I'm just notorious for doing my thick coats, but 2 coats was just doing my thick coats. Did I say 2 coats? Doing thicker coats. But 2 coats on me was just fine. This one was super, super sparkly because you have literally all the glitter magic in here. You have micro glitter, you have hollow glitter, you have hollow magnetic sparkle. It is just stunning. I actually did not even realize that this one was a magnetic polish until literally very recently, so I did not swatch it with a magnet, but looking at other swatchers photos, that magnetic strip is a like grayish silverish strip, and it's very faint along the nails, so honestly you could get away with wearing this non-magnetized or magnetized, and it looking pretty similar. I'd say if you want a little, a little spunk, a little fun in there, you can definitely magnetize it, but I thought it was gorgeous just on its own. Pictured are 2 coats of pixie dust with a glossy top coat. Rogue Lacquer is also bringing us another polish for Pride Month, and this one is called Bloom, priced at $13, and there is no cap, and they will be donating $2 from every polish to an organization called Phoenix Pride. So I'll make sure to link that down below so you guys can take a look at the website and again get familiar with the foundation. But this one is described as a pale orchid with lavender metallic and hollow flakies. I've been doing so many voiceovers while I'm sick. I don't know if that's a great idea, but hey, here I am. I ended up building this one up in 3 coats, and it was just so pretty on the nails. Such a dainty polish, but those metallic flakies give it some edge, and I'm living for it. I love how you can see not all of, but like you can see sort of some of the colors from the flakies just peeking through. I see some blue and I see a little bit of like aqua. It's just, I like that. I like how I'm moving my hands around, my nails around, and I'm still getting like glimpses of different colors. It's not like too much, but it's enough to give you that sparkle and twinkle. I really liked it. Pictured are 3 coats of Rogue Lacquer Bloom with a glossy top coat. And the last polish I have to share with you all is from Zombie Claw, and this is Girly Girl, priced at $13.50, and there's a 100 bottle cap. They are continuing their Powerpuff Girls series with this polish. This one is described as having a white gray base with electric blue shimmer and a dash of reflective glitter and white glitters. I feel like this is definitely like Girly Girl polish. I mean, I know when you think of Girly Girl, you probably think of like pinks, but something about this just gives a very like feminine look, feminine vibes. I think it's just the very like soft base, but that beautiful glow, like that glow from within, the hollow sparkle that is in here, not hollow sparkle, I'm sorry, the reflective glitter that's in here gives it that beautiful twinkle. And then just those white glitters, they're not like too prominent, but they're just enough to give it a little bit of, shape and fun. And I think it's definitely, the name definitely relates to the polish. I built this polish up in 3 coats, and I think long or short nails, 3 coats is going to work best for you. Pictured are 3 coats of Zombie Claw Girly Girl with a glossy top coat. Alright guys, so favorites for me, I have 2 that really stood out. The first one is going to be from BCB Lacquers. This is their Pride polish, and it's Hope Will Never Be Silent. First of all, I love the name, and then second of all, just the polish itself is just gorgeous. I love me a bright polish. This is perfect for the summertime as well. The formula was fantastic, and just like the flakies, everything about it is just beautiful. Second one is from Owl Lacquer. This one is a knitter, not a quitter. This one is the name, so these names so cute, but I love this sort of Crelly formula, and I'm actually really in love with the shade. I feel like it's this beautiful jade, like faded jade sort of shade, and those flakies in there really, I mean, you can see, really just illuminate in that base. It is very pretty. I think this is a beautiful polish for the summertime, especially for the spring, but I'd wear this in the summer as well. Alright guys, that is all that I have for you today. Let me know what you plan on picking up for Hella Handmade Creations. The website is already open for wish listing. I believe they open on the 1st of the month for wish listing. They give you much more time than Polish Pickup to kind of cipher through their website and see, all that is being offered for the month, which I think is really cool. But yeah, let me know what you plan on getting, what you plan on wish listing. I'd love to know. Thank you again, and I'll see you in my next one.